In the bustling city of Greenfield, where tall buildings touched the sky and people hurried past one another without much notice, there lived a woman named Margaret Daniels. She was a widow in her late 30s, her heart still healing from the sudden loss of her husband. Margaret had no children of her own, but she had something greater, a heart full of compassion. One rainy evening, as she returned home from the marketplace, she saw something that made her stop in her tracks. Huddled under a torn piece of cardboard were 5 little girls, shivering in the cold. They looked malnourished, their clothes ragged, their eyes wide with fear and hunger. Margaret's heart broke. "Where are your parents?" she asked softly. The eldest, perhaps no more than 8 years old, shook her head. "They left us. They never came back." Margaret did not think twice. She gathered them, drenched and trembling, and led them to her modest home. That night, she cooked a warm meal, bathed them, and tucked them into bed. For the first time in a long time, the girls slept peacefully. Though she had little, Margaret decided to raise them as her own. She named them according to the flowers she loved most: Rose, Lily, Daisy, Violet, and Jasmine. Raising 5 children was no small task. Margaret worked tirelessly, sewing clothes, selling baked goods, and cleaning homes to provide for them. Many nights she went hungry so the girls could eat. She taught them kindness, discipline, and above all, faith in themselves. The girls, despite their hard beginnings, grew with determination. Each one had her own personality and dream. Rose, the eldest, was wise beyond her years. She loved books and often helped the younger ones with homework. Lily had a gentle spirit and was always caring for stray animals. Daisy was full of energy and creativity, drawing pictures on scraps of paper with pieces of charcoal. Violet was bold and outspoken, never afraid to defend her sisters. Jasmine, the youngest, had a sweet singing voice that often filled their tiny home with melody. Margaret encouraged their dreams, telling them, "Your beginning may be small, but your future can be as bright as you choose." Years passed, and the little girls became women. Each one followed the path Margaret had helped them believe in. Rose earned a scholarship, studied law, and became a respected judge, known for her fairness and wisdom. Lily pursued her love of animals and became a veterinarian, opening her own clinic where she cared for strays just like Margaret once cared for them. Daisy never let go of her art. She studied design and became a renowned fashion designer, her collections gracing international runways. Violet studied political science and rose to become a government minister, fighting for the rights of children and women. Jasmine, the youngest, followed her voice into the world of music, becoming a famous singer whose songs inspired millions. One sunny afternoon, many years later, Margaret sat on her porch, her hair now streaked with gray. She watched children playing in the street when a convoy of cars pulled up. Out stepped her 5 daughters, each dressed in elegance, each carrying flowers. "Mother," Rose said with a proud smile, "we've come to honor you." The neighbors gathered as the women presented Margaret with a plaque engraved with golden letters. "To Margaret Daniels, our mother, who turned despair into hope and strangers into daughters. We are who we are because of you." Tears rolled down Margaret's cheeks as Jasmine sang a soft song she had written just for her. "You gave us a home when we had none. You gave us love when the world turned away." The crowd clapped, and even strangers wept at the sight of the once poor widow surrounded by the 5 successful women she had raised. In that moment, Margaret realized something. Though she had never given birth, she was the proudest mother alive.